Welcome to the weekly webinar where Amazon QuickSight customers will learn about product functionalities, new feature launches, best practices, and tips on how to improve their user experience and gain technical knowledge from QuickSight solutions architects and product managers. Today's focus will be on no-code predictive analytics using Sagemaker Canvas and Amazon QuickSight. My name is Kelly Burton. I'm a senior QuickSight solutions architect. Before we jump into our topic today, just want to take a couple of minutes and talk about the QuickSight community. The QuickSight community is a place to connect with other QuickSight users and is the first place you should go when you have a question. You can search for answers, ask new questions, connect with other users, and find resources. We post all the latest announcements, blogs, and Learning Center resources here as well. We do encourage you to sign up for the QuickSight community. We host regular events that are free of charge, and you can find registration information in the events section of the QuickSight community. Here on this slide, you can just see a typical schedule of our regular events. With that being said, where do you go in the community to ask a question? Once you're in the QuickSight community page, the screenshot on the left-hand side of the screen shows you what you will see. You can search at the top, and if you don't find an immediate answer, you can post a new question. You do need an ID to post for the first time, and this will require an Amazon.com login. We will utilize the community for any questions on today's session. You can add tags to your questions so you can easily find topics. Today, we're going to use the tag QLS-NCPA, QuickSight Learning Series, No Code Predictive Analytics. So I'm going to jump out of the slides real quick and we'll just go through what that's going to look like to ask a question on the community. So here I am in the QuickSight community. I'm going to go to the question and answer section. I'm going to select a new question. I can give it a title, type my question here, and then this is the important piece right here for today, selecting a tag. So within a tag, I'm going to select QLS NCPA, QuickSight Learning Series No Code Predictive Analytics. I will be monitoring the QuickSight community today, and we will give priority to these questions. So if you have a question on today's session, please feel free to enter that question, and I will be monitoring those questions today. Just a little bit more community information, recordings. All of our regular sessions for the Learning Series are recorded, and they will be made available on the QuickSight community later this week. So everything you watch today, or if you miss a particular session, you're welcome to go back and watch on demand. So with that, that's about the QuickSight community. Let's focus on today's session. So for today, we're going to start with the overview of the value of no-code predictive analytics, the why. Next, we'll do a quick overview of both Amazon QuickSight and Sagemaker Canvas, just to level set for the audience, and then also talk about the integration points between the two. Then we're going to look at a demo, how a business analyst can create a model in Sagemaker Canvas, send the predictions to QuickSight, and build an analysis without writing any code. And then finally, I'm going to leave you with some resources to get started. So let's jump in. There are several benefits to no-code predictive analytics. It allows you to do more with your current data science team by using low-code, no-code machine learning tools in order to get the desired results faster. It gives business users and analysts the ability to do machine learning, scaling the number of people who can create machine learning-powered insights, forecasts, and predictions. No-code predictive analytics has several points of collaboration, making it easy for business users to use data scientist models or for data scientists to make changes on the models analysts build. As we look at the components within today's presentation, we're going to start with Amazon QuickSight. QuickSight provides complete unified BI. Amazon QuickSight lets you connect to all of your data wherever it is. QuickSight's natively integrated with AWS data sources, as well as on-premise and hosted databases and third-party business applications. Customers can then leverage QuickSight's proprietary high-performance data engine, what we refer to as SPICE, to accelerate performance or run directly against their data sources. Customers can combine multiple data sources within QuickSight's data layer to get a holistic view across their data. QuickSight's analytics layer enables historical analysis, automated built-in machine learning insights, forecasting, and anomaly detection, as well as Sagemaker integration to bring your own machine learning model all in an intuitive way. These insights can be delivered in multiple ways, from interactive dashboards or visuals embedded in applications and websites, natural language query with QuickSight Q, and paginated reports to meet all of your business needs across the organization. QuickSight is built on a serverless auto-scaling architecture. It's highly available with a robust set of mechanisms to provide a secure, governed access to data and insights, including row and column level security and integrations into Identity Center. QuickSight also provides a full suite of APIs to enable automation and seamless embedding. So whether you want to deliver modern BI across your organization, migrate and consolidate your BI stack, embed analytics into your applications and products, or build entirely new data products, Amazon QuickSight helps you activate intelligence across all your users in your organizations for both internal and external use cases. Now let's level set and talk about an overview of Amazon Sagemaker Canvas. Sagemaker Canvas makes it easy for business analysts and domain experts to generate highly accurate machine learning predictions on their own without any machine learning experience. With Sagemaker Canvas, business analysts can easily access and import data from the cloud and on-premise data sources and quickly combine and cleanse data via an easy-to-use visual interface. With Sagemaker Canvas, from there, Canvas can take care of all the feature engineering, model selection, training, and optimization, and provide a fully explainable machine learning model automatically. And then business analysts can either quickly get their predictions in the same user interface so that they make smart decisions quickly, or they can share all the code Canvas produces with their data scientists for them to inspect it and provide feedback. Those data scientists can actually bring that code into production using their machine learning application workflows as well. Canvas has usage-based pricing, which allows you to pay for only what you use without any upfront fees. This can radically reduce the total cost of ownership and scale adoption of machine learning across more users. And lastly, Canvas allows you to import machine learning models from within or outside of Amazon SageMaker and generate predictions directly in Canvas. So both of the services we're talking about today, Amazon QuickSight and SageMaker Canvas, both are no-code services that allow business analysts to gain insights. When we talk about scaling that value of machine learning across the organization, there's a lot to be said for the ways these different services collaborate with one another. So with no-code predictive analytics, it makes it easy for business users to use data scientist models or for data scientists to make changes on the models analysts build. And it creates one place for all the analytics and machine learning in a team or organization. By utilizing SageMaker Canvas and Amazon QuickSight, you could empower your business users to solve for all their machine learning needs by themselves and surface those predictions and insights into interactive dashboards and reports seamlessly without writing any code. Canvas can export predictions directly to QuickSight. So that walks through the overview of the different services we're talking about today. So now let's jump into a demo and actually see this in action. Let's build a model in Canvas and then take those predictions to QuickSight. And so Before we begin, I just want to talk a little bit about Sagemaker Canvas and the access points. So with Sagemaker Canvas, as you see on the screen here, it can be accessed from the AWS console. It can also be accessed through a single sign-on experience, completely outside of the console, so more business user-friendly. I already have Canvas open in another tab, but I just wanted to show you the launch points. So here we are in Sagemaker Canvas. With Sagemaker Canvas, you do get access to ready-to-use natural language processing and computer vision models. It includes a variety of use cases, including object detection, text detection, and sentiment analysis. You can bring your data, such as text images or documents, and select a ready-to-use solution to generate predictions with a single click. So all of these models are here and available to you within Canvas. And notice the integration with Amazon Comprehend, Recognition, and TextTract to provide these models. Today, within Amazon Canvas, we're going to create our own model. So notice as I expand the menu on the left-hand side, I have a number of different options. So I'm going to start by going into My Models. So in our scenario today, we're a business analyst and a computer retailer responsible for monitoring customer satisfaction with our ordering process. So today, we're interested in creating a model to predict shipping times of our products. We have a current model, and it's utilized during the ordering process. However, we've had numerous complaints that the expected shipping time given at the time of the order is not accurate. So let's begin by building our model. We're going to choose New Model. We're going to give our model a name. And notice I have 3 different problem types I can solve for: predictive analysis, image analysis, and text analysis. Our use case is for a predictive analysis of our shipping times. We'll choose Create. And this takes us into the interface to begin the 4-step process of building a model. We select data, we build, we analyze, and then we generate predictions. So first, we can create a data set. So notice we also have, and I mentioned this earlier in the slides, the ability to do some data preparation as well. So you can join data sets and do some data prep within this interface as well. You can create a data set, you give it a name, and that will take you to the ability to access data. So you can access data from S3, Snowflake, Redshift, Athena, or from your local disk. In our case, I've already had that table uploaded in some of my prep for this, so I went ahead and imported the table. So this is our training data, our shipping data that we want to use to build the model. We can see the columns and rows here, and I'm going to go ahead and select that data set. I select that data set, it brings it into Canvas to make it available. Here at the bottom of the screen, we can see all the different fields that are available in the data set. So I've got some shipping distance fields, some priority, origin, some ID fields, several attributes. The first thing I want to do as I begin the build is to pick my target column. So we are going to predict expected shipping days. Next thing, I have to select my model type. In my case, I'm looking for a numeric model, where I'm looking at the number of shipping days. Once I've done that, I can go down here within the data and start thinking about what do I want to use as inputs to the model, or is there any modifications that I need to make? So as I go down here, I see I've got ID fields for product and order. I'm going to go ahead and deselect those, remove those from the model. I know those ID fields are not something I'm going to want to use. Notice on the right-hand side, my model recipe begins being built for me. So you can see I'm dropping those 2 ID fields. Maybe I want to augment this or add some fields to this data. Notice I've got Y shipping distance and X shipping distance. But what I really want is a full distance calculation, like a distance shipped for this particular package. Within Amazon Canvas, I have the ability to create new columns and apply different functions. So here in the formula field, just quickly scrolling through, you can see lots of different operators to use to build that formula. In my case, and in the interest of time today, I know the expression I want to use to calculate the distance using that X shipping distance and Y shipping distance. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that in and cut and paste that formula into the formula box. I'm going to give my new field a name. I'm going to call it distance and add. Once I hit add, notice I'm going to have a preview pane show up, and it's got a purple or lavender background. So this is being previewed in this data set. If this is something, yes, I want to go ahead and include distance, I need to hit add again to add that to my model recipe. So now I have a new field distance created. We continue to talk about what we can do to augment the data used to build the model. I want to talk about being able to extract different type of fields. So you notice in our data, if we go back here, we have order date. The individual order dates not going to be super valuable within the actual model, but when we talk about, I wonder if time of year, like quarter or month, is that going to be a valuable attribute to help determine that shipping time? So maybe I want to extract quarter, month, week from that order date. So within Amazon Canvas, I have the ability to do that extraction. So here I'm just going to select order date as my column that I want to extract from. And then I have lots of different options to choose from. In our case, we're going to select quarter. It's going to do the extraction. We're going to see the preview. And then it's going to allow me to go ahead and add that, or I can make other selections as well. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and extract week. And then while we're here, I'll go ahead and take month as well. We'll see all those three fields available in the preview. I definitely want to include those, so I'll go ahead and add those to the model, and they'll get added to the model recipe. As a last step, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to take out and exclude the individual order date from model, as well as the X and Y shipping distance, because I've got my distance calculation that I want to use. So very quickly, done a little work as a business analyst, didn't write any code, but I have this data, and I think it's ready, that I'm ready to create that model. But maybe I want to explore that data a little bit. Maybe I want to visualize that data to kind of understand what some of that data looks like. Within Canvas, you do have some visualization capabilities. So I can select Data Visualizer. And then here we have the opportunity to do scatter plots, bar charts, or box plots, which can help you understand your data and discover relationships between features that could affect the model accuracy. So for our scenario today, we're going to take a look at expected shipping days. And I want to look at that with my distance calculation that I just added. And then maybe let's take a look at that by carrier to see if anything interesting visually pops up. And in this case, I do see a lot of blue dots out here towards the right. So this Big Bird shipper looks like has some higher expected shipping days. Will that be a factor? Well, you know, is it certain shipments, or is that the shipper itself a factor? Just something as I'm looking and prepping my data, it's good to be aware of as I'm building my model. So you can spend as much time as you'd like visualizing this data with different types of scatter plots, bar charts, and box plots. In our case, I think I'm ready to begin that build, to build a model. When we talk about model building, you have the option to either get a model very quickly with the quick build, so you can experiment with results in a few minutes, or you can let Canvas go through all the iterations to give you back the best performing model. And that is the standard build. One thing I do want to call out is I talked about the ability to share the model with data scientists. If you want to be able to share your model, you will need to select the standard build. For today, in our particular scenario, we're just going to do a quick build. So I can select quick build, select the button, and say start. At this point, it's going to start the model building process. And you'll see here, it's saying 2 to 15 minutes. So it does not take long at all to build the model. Since we are on a 30-minute time frame today, I am going to go back to my models here and pick up a model that has finished running. I've selected the same parameters, so the model is just completed. So you'll notice here, if I go to the build of this model, everything looks the same. So I've extracted the different days, I've added distance, and when we go to model, so it's finished running, so the 2 to 15 minutes has completed, and this is what the results is going to look like. So when Canvas brings back model results, it doesn't just give you the model, but it actually offers you some explainability through feature importance and advanced metrics. So it makes it easier, or helps an analyst who typically doesn't have that machine learning or data scientist background be able to interpret results. So here we can see in the model results that this model will predict shipping time within 0.939 at the actual value. And we can see down here on column impact that in bulk order, shipping priority, and shipping origin were big drivers to that particular value, to the prediction. If we go to the scoring tab, we can see the root mean squared error band in the graph. And we also have some advanced metrics accessible to us. Within the advanced metrics, we can see residuals graph as well as error density. So just more information looking at the results of that model. Once we feel like this model is what we want to be able to share the predictions, you complete the last step, which is predict. When I choose predict, I have the ability to get predictions right within Canvas. So within the single prediction button, I have the ability to do some what if. I can change the inputs to the model right in the user interface and get predictions. So you're going to see as this loads up, it's going to have a particular scenario set. So, shipping origins Houston, bulk order for this particular order, it's predicting shipping days at 12.312. So I wonder, what difference does it make if I use ground shipping as well? So I can change as many of these different variables or inputs as I choose. I select update. It's going to rerun and give me what making that change to ground, how many days is that going to affect the shipping by. So you see it was 12.312, and so it's added just over another day from air to ground. Different ramifications we can think about pricing air versus ground. What is a day? How much value does that add or bring? But the point here is that ability to do the what if right within the Canvas interface. The other option for generating predictions is batch predictions. Within batch predictions, you can choose manual or automatic. And I'm hovering over the information button here just so you can see that. You're going to use manual if you just want to run one batch prediction, just a one-off batch prediction. If you want to schedule automatic updates, you can set up a schedule using the automatic. So in our case, we'll choose manual. It's going to ask me what data set do I want to use to run predictions on. Again, I can go out and import a data set again. In my case, I've got the data already uploaded and available, and I'm going to predict or run this model against my current set of orders. So maybe it's my orders for the last few weeks or the last month. And with that, our ordering system has spit out, an expected shipping time. But I want to run the model against that same set of order data and see what our new model says. So I'm going to select current order data and choose generate predictions. It's going to generate the predictions, run the model against that data set. And as you see here, it's generating predictions now. And then it's going to complete that and say it's ready. So here it is, it's ready. I can view it right within Canvas if I choose. In my case, I'm going to select those predictions and choose right here to send to Amazon QuickSight. So I can build my model, execute, run predictions, and immediately send that result to QuickSight so I can build visuals to share. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to send to QuickSight. All I have to do is put in the name of the user, the QuickSight user that I want to have access to this data. I will do that and choose send. And we're going to see that is sending to QuickSight. It is sent. So if I go over into QuickSight, and if I go into my data sets, I'll select new data set, scroll down to my data sources. You'll see I have a new data source that has just been pushed to me from Canvas. I'm going to create a data set from that data source. We'll go ahead and edit it so we can take a look. And so here you can see, here's our expected shipping date. It is a prediction because you can see we've got the decimals available and our field. From here, I could publish it, make it available, and use it in QuickSight. But if I'm going to create dashboards and reports off this data, I need a little more user-friendly views. So, I've got product ID here, but what I really would like to add is my product descriptions. So I can take this predicted data set and add to it. So here I'm in QuickSight, so I have everything QuickSight available to me. So I'm going to take my product descriptions and add that. So I'm going to do a left join on my product ID and make that available. The other thing I'm going to do, so it's great to have my predicted value, but I'd also like to see what the system had said it was going to take for shipping times. What did the ordering system actually put out? So I'm going to go ahead and add data again. And this time, I'm going to go out and get those current orders. It's the same data set that I ran the model on for prediction, only this will have the value that came out of our system. So I'm going to join this on order ID. And when I do this, I'm going to see all the fields available on the left-hand side. Notice I have a lot of duplicate fields. This is because our predicted table and our current orders table have the exact same fields in them. The only difference is expected shipping days coming out of this field is actually predicted on the model, and the expected shipping days out of our current orders table is what's coming out of our current system. So to make this intuitive in our dashboards, I'm going to change expected shipping days to predicted shipping days, and this is what's coming from our model, and apply that. And then I'm going to take this expected shipping days here, and I'm just going to take the table name off of it because it was a duplicate. It brought the table name along. And then I will exclude our duplicate fields. Once that's done, I'm going to save and publish this data set. The data set's saved and published. I'm going to go back to QuickSight. At this point, I could build a new analysis, do whatever I want to with that data set. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and open up an existing dashboard. This looks very similar to the author workshop if you have run through that. If not, highly recommend with all the interactivity. But I'm just going to save a copy of this dashboard. Save. So I'm in analysis mode now. I'm going to go in and add a data set to this dashboard. Here is, I forgot what the new name of the one. This is a new one right here. So I add that data set to the data set we just created to this analysis. I'm going to go and add a new sheet. Call it predictions. And let's activate our new data set. So I've made the data set active. Chart, and just for the sake of time, I'm going to do a line chart, and we're going to look at order date. We're going to look at predicted shipping days, expected shipping days, and let's look at small multiples by model. I'm going to go in and take this to week. We'll look at our averages on our predicted and our expected. A little hard to see the discrepancies, so all of our visuals have property sheets, so I'm just going to go into the properties, do a couple different things here, add a little bit of a background because I like to watch pop a little bit, and then do a little work on my X and Y axis just for sizing purposes. And then the one on the Y is definitely to set that Y axis based upon my data range so I can see my discrepancies a little bit better. So here we are, and we can see expected versus predicted. So again, now this is active within your QuickSight environment, so you can build whatever different visuals you want, add actions, all that is available to you. But we very quickly, within 30 minutes, showed the ability to run through the 4-step model in Sagemaker Canvas and bring that data into QuickSight. Just very quickly, I apologize, I'm just a couple of minutes over time. I want to leave you with a few resources. So again, as I mentioned earlier, join the QuickSight community. On the QuickSight community, you'll have lots of different resources, learning resources, as well as examples available. The smaller links on the side are also available on the QuickSight community, but just to draw them to your attention, the Demo Central site, the developer portal, as well as our self-paced workshops. For Amazon SageMaker Canvas, we have an immersion day available. It runs through, I believe, at least 5 different models that you can build with SageMaker Canvas, so highly recommend running through the immersion day. There's also a course available on Coursera and a Getting Started tutorial. Our upcoming events for the QuickSight community, lots of upcoming events. Check the events section in the Amazon QuickSight community page to stay on top of what's available, and also check back if you can't join live to watch one of the sessions on demand. And with that, I thank you for your time today. We definitely appreciate any feedback you'd like to provide to continue to make these sessions valuable for our users. Thank you so much and have a great day.